Hello students, welcome to you all. Today I am going to start the biology first chapter, which is life processes. In this chapter we will study what is life processes and all those processes which are essential for our life, like nutrition, digestion, respiration, excretion, blood vascular system, lymphatic system, etc. So let us start. Students, as we know, our body is made up by the cell. Cell is the basic unit of our life. Cell which make the tissue make the organ, and organ make the organ system, and organ system make our body. So those processes which are essential for our life is known as life process. Suppose students कि our all living things which are the complex organization of molecules, and which need these processes like growth, like respiration, like digestion, like excretion. So all those processes which together perform the function and maintenance of life are called life processes. Means कि those processes which need to keep our body alive and to do the and perform the maintenance of body are known as life processes. So let us start to understand the some important life processes which are essential for our life. So first life processes that is nutrition. Let us start nutrition. Fine students, nutrition. Nutrition, it is the process where we intake the food and utilize by our body to perform the different daily activities or different biological activities. Means the intake of nutrients and utilization by the body is known as nutrition. So it is the process where we intake the nutrients and utilize by the body for various biological activities. Fine. Second term is nutrients. Second is nutrients. What is nutrients? The materials which provide the nutrition, the substance which provide the nutrition is known as nutrients. Okay? That nutrients, it can be inorganic substance and organic substances. Inorganic substances means like water, like CO2, like minerals, like iron, cobalt, nickel. These are the inorganic substances. And organic substances like carbohydrate, proteins, vitamins, fat, these are the organic substances. So that materials which we use is known as nutrients. Now let's see the modes of nutrition. There are two types of modes of nutrition. First is autotrophic nutrition, autotrophic, and second is heterotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition. Fine. Again, the autotrophic, it can be classified in two terms, that is photoautotrophs and second chemoautotrophs. Chemoautotrophs. Fine. And heterotrophic has classified in three categories, which is saprophytic, second parasitic, and third holozoic. So let's start the term autotrophic. Students, auto means cell, trophic means synthesize. So autotrophic nutrition is those nutrition where the living organism make their own food. Means autotrophic are those which prepare their food by own. Fine, that is known as autotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition, it has two parts, photoautotrophs and chemoautotrophs. Photoautotrophs means, photo means light. Photo means light. When they use the light energy, that organism is known as photoautotrophs. And chemoautotrophs use the chemicals to prepare their own food, like some bacteria, like cyanobacteria. Fine. Now heterotrophic, three parts: saprophytic, parasitic and holozoic. In saprophytic nutrition, we see the saprophytes take their nutrients from the dead and decaying matter, right? Like rotten vegetables, rotten bread. An example of saprophytes are fungi, some bacteria. Fine. Parasitic. In parasitic nutrition, the parasites means those living organisms which depends on others, depends on their host, is known as parasites, and that nutrition is known as parasitic nutrition. For example, Cuscuta ascaris, they are the parasites, and even Plasmodium also. Now next, holozoic nutrition. Holozoic nutrition involve the ingestion, digestion, absorption and assimilation processes. That type of nutrition is known as holozoic nutrition, like human beings. Fine. Students, let's see the nutrition in plants. As we know, the nutrition in plants occur by the process of photosynthesis. Clear? And you well know what is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, it is the process by which plants make their own food with the help of water, CO2, sunlight and chlorophyll. In this part, the photosynthesis equation is very important. So what is that equation? This equation is, photosynthesis equation is 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O in the presence of sunlight, in the presence of chlorophyll, it forms C6H12O6 plus 6O2 plus 6H2O. So this is very important photosynthesis equation, you learn it. Where the plants use the carbon dioxide, water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, and they form the glucose, oxygen and water. This glucose, students, this glucose, it is stored by the plants. And rest of this glucose means the extra glucose which is stored in the form of starch, which we use, right? Like in their fruits, like in their leaves part, the starch is present. Clear? So this is the photosynthesis equation. Now next is, what are the raw materials essential for the photosynthesis reaction? The first is sunlight. Second is CO2. Third is chlorophyll. And the fourth is water. Right, students? So these are the main raw materials which required for the process of photosynthesis. The first one is sunlight. Plants use the sunlight, basically white light, that means visible light. Visible light, white light, which contain the different 7 colors, and the plants trap this white light, fine, where this white light energy converted into the chemical energy during the process of photosynthesis, fine. Now next is CO2. As we know, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, it is present in our atmosphere, and plants take the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Now, the stomata, what is stomata? Stomata are the tiny pores which are present on the surface of leaves and other parts of the plants also. Stomata which help in the exchange of gases. When we see the structure of stomata, we see they are surrounded by the guard cells. These guard cells are bean-shaped like structure. Fine, it is bean-shaped like kidney-shaped structure, and these guard cells contains the chloroplast. Fine, and it is surrounded by the epidermal cells. Is it clear? When the guard cells swell, it means the water flows into them, and this stomatal pore, it will be open. It is stomatal pore which it will be open. Fine. So guard cells help in the exchange of gases. So CO2 which enters through the stomata, right? And this is the guard cells. This one epidermal cell, right? And so stomatal pore, and in guard cell chloroplast is present, which is a important cell organism, right? Now next is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, it is a green pigment which is present in cell organelle like chloroplast. Clear? Chlorophyll and the chloroplast present in the green part of the plant, right? You know that leaf is the most green part of the plant. So through the leaves, the plants trap the sunlight and convert into the chemical energy. Means the function of the chlorophyll is to trap the light energy, right? Chlorophyll which is present in chloroplast, and chloroplast which is present in basically in green parts, basically in the leaves. When we see the cross section of leaves, we observe that the outer layer of the leaves is cuticle. Fine. Below the outer layer, the upper epidermis and lower epidermis are present. Okay, fine. This is upper epidermis and this is lower epidermis. Between the upper epidermis and lower epidermis, the mesophyll cells are present. Mesophyll cells. I am explaining here, students. I am not having a space. Mesophyll cells like this. It's a mesophyll cells. So in this mesophyll cells, the green colored chloroplast are present, and this chloroplast is the basically cell organelle, and in this chloroplast the chlorophyll present which trap the light. Fine. Now next, water. Water, as we know, the plants take up the water through the roots from the soil, right? So xylem helps to take the water from the soil, right? Through the roots, the water reaches in the other parts of the plant. So what is the use of the water in photosynthesis process? When the photolysis occurs, when the water react with the light. It is known as, that process is known as photolysis, where when water react with light, there the oxidation of water occur. Oxidation of water means कि water will break down, and that water it will be, after the breakdown, it will be produce the 4 proton plus oxygen and 4 electrons. Means the breakdown of water occur during the process of the photolysis, where it release the oxygen. So these are the basically raw materials which are required for the process of photosynthesis. That means the sunlight, where the white light trapped by the chlorophyll, then chlorophyll which is present in the chloroplast, and it is a green pigment. It is the site of the photosynthesis. Chloroplast, it is the site of the photosynthesis also. And water, where the breakdown of water occur during the process of photosynthesis, and it releases the protons, electrons and oxygen. So these are the things which occur during the process of the photosynthesis. Now in next class we will discuss the mechanism of photosynthesis.